Hello, good afternoon. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm Liz, and I'm an intuitive energy oracle divination card reader, and I am a Reiki master practitioner and licensed clinical social worker, and I like blending the magic and mundane things in life, and also my education in emotional wellness with finding and owning our own path to empowerment. So I wanted to just give a little intro in case you haven't seen me here before. I'm not usually in my car, but I just was at Barnes & Noble picking up a book for my daughter that I had ordered for her, and I saw a deck that an oracle deck I couldn't resist, because it is the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Linn. I mean, I just love the elementals and the forest and the animals and wildlife, so I thought I need to come on and do a quick oracle deck. So tapping in with your higher self and guides, and to connect with the frequency of unconditional love and truth, and for the highest good of all and harm to none. All right, what kind of energies or portals are we getting into today? Please and thank you from your guides and ancestors and elemental beings that have your highest good in mind and wish you nothing but peace, ease, and truth, and love, and grace. Okay. Whoa, a couple of them there. Let's see what we got. Ooh, some hair. Ooh, hummingbird spirit, joy. This is the first time I'm seeing these cards too, so 22. Double deuce or 4. Hummingbird spirit, joy, beautiful. And then we have water spirit, manifesting dreams, 46 or 10. We got the otter there. Love that. Ooh, look at those colors. And the wood nymph, beauty, number 52 or 7. All right, love that. Okay. So these are supporting energies. Let's see if there's what challenges are here for us, but things that are going to help us to grow and align on our path. When we look at that through the lens of challenge, it's how is it going to help us, what things are going to help us grow and actualize and crystallize lessons into being integrated and a part of our wisdom. So sometimes, I mean oftentimes, these challenges are needed. So let's see. Strength, ancient oak spirit. So yeah, getting being able to have the fortitude and being rooted and grounded. So this reminds me of some messages I was getting earlier about a lot of us that are sensitive individuals or have gifts. We are connected with the higher realms a lot. It's a lot more accessible to us, and we have this higher connection, but oftentimes it's hard to connect that with being here on earth and being in the physical experience, because we see so much around us and we feel so deeply and we love so deeply that we have to learn to hold like the weight of these things that are heavy and often part of maybe the matrix here of like, for lack of a better word or term I can't think of, like you know, the things that are not right here, the systems, whatever, you know, the suffering, the violence, like the things that really hit us hard in the core of our hearts and our beings, and that can often leave us feeling ungrounded, because we're so sensitive and we see things so much better in our hearts and in our minds than what they are oftentimes in the physical here. So that can leave anyone feeling ungrounded. And so I think it's really like there's this beautiful like portal in this tree to strength, this beautiful invitation from the elemental spirits, you know, consciousness, source, Gaia, and your guides that are here to say like, we can be the tree for you, and you can connect with that within yourself. And so yeah, and there's just lots of little portals around here, you know, accessible and available through that rootedness. And there's even like a fairy person coming out here, another one flying by over there, maybe like a dragonfly. So got mushroom energy, so death and rebirth. And yeah, this oak spirit just has like a frequency to it. It's alive. And so, you know, we often in this physical world, until we started tapping into like the experiences beyond our senses, physical senses of like see, touch, taste, smell, and feel, like it's hard to believe that there are bigger forces than what we see with our eyes and our vision that's here in the grounded experience. For a lot of us, we don't see the liveness in the trees, we don't see the connection. It's like we have to go on faith. And so I love this as a strength because you know, there is a reason that we are the way we are, each of us. Some of us more sensitive, some of us more tapped in other ways, even when it feels really ungrounding sometimes, just for the very nature of like what it's like to be a human here on earth. But these guides and supports are here for you, your higher self. And so it's like, how do we tap into that strength and that grounding, and you know, asking for help. We don't have to do it alone. By simply inviting some of these energies, if you are confident and comfortable in that, you know, but even just today by tapping in like I did, asking for support from the highest unconditional love guides and supports here, at the, you know, at the frequency of source consciousness, and that have your highest good and the highest good of all. That's how we ask for help from the right people and the right beings, and constantly doing your own energetic cleansing, right? Like salt baths, saging, and all those things, like all the things that you can do to help cleanse your energy. Healthy emotional boundaries is a big way that we can take responsibility for our own energy and energetic protection too. And so yeah, it's saying get more solid in your energetic protection so that you can ground in the higher connection you have with source and your higher self into this 3D physical reality, because we are holding that faith that there is something, there is energy in the everything around us, right? Like this isn't something you can maybe tap into just by looking, but if you really sit there and you really sit with the energy of nature, like you can see it's moving, it's swaying, it's alive. And of course it is. Like we see plants bloom, but then because it doesn't happen right before our eyes so quickly, we doubt that there's like an energy there that is accessible. Sorry about that, that was my mom calling through. So I'll call her back. So yeah, just know that your energy is so important, and it's not to say you aren't doing enough. Like we all are right where we're supposed to be. And so, but it's just getting more committed to your practices of being grounded and grounding in a world where we are kind of challenged to constantly be ungrounded. Like everything is meant to be a distraction in a lot of, advertising and systems and things, like, and you got to take that power back and be like, I'm not going to spend my energy connected to these things that are ungrounding to me. And it's a real, push and pull. I'm constantly doing that, walking that line myself, and like checking in with myself. How am I feeling today? Do I need a little more time to myself? And today I definitely felt that. I got out and hiked this morning, and it was just like connected with those nature elements, and I was like, oh, just loved it. So it really helped me feel confident. I did a whole ritual and ceremony with myself, with nature, and really honored my reverence for these supports and guides. And so you can do it by, leaving, a lot of my friends leave crystals around. I haven't quite gotten into that yet, but I want to. But I just do, I do ceremonies by singing, I do Reiki, and I offer myself that way, just by bringing my energy, bringing my love to these places. And it is really something that gives back to me too. So yeah, thank you Ancient Oak Spirit. Trees are right there. They're so close to my heart, so I love this. This is a guide that's here to support us, the tree spirit and the other spirits that are working along with it, if that's something that you're open to. And this is number 2, so I like that. And we also got 2, so we have a lot of 2s, a lot of alignment. And then so yeah, the joy is here for us too. So that's a really helpful way too to connect in with being grounded, is like creating opportunities in your life, that pathways that help guide you to joy. So like things that make you feel like stupidly fun, like a kid. Like for me, it's, I'm excited to like watch movies with friends again, like Christmas movies even. I'm excited to like go do cheesy Christmas things, and I'm saying yes to it when it comes up and it feels good in my spirit. It's like, oh heck yeah, I want to do that. Like I've been wanting to do that for a while. And of course it's like these opportunities are coming up for it to come into my path, because I need it. I need more time and joy, and we all do. So especially when we're like, dealing with the systems I was talking about, and like the very difficult things that are being transmuted here on earth right now, we need more time connecting in with our just like that really innocent but loving parts of us, to help those feel enlivened. So, and then we have water spirit, which of course, like the water, like transmuting emotions, is usually what I think about when I think about water spirit. Like, and I was just reading a book that my friend recommended, and it was talking about the memory of water and how humans forget, but water doesn't forget. This history, stories encoded in the water. And I was also recently looking at something about how the ancient Egyptian archetype Thoth as a scribe, as to like everything that's happening right now in our collective, and that these idea that there's these higher forces that are actually like scribing and writing things down, keeping records of the imbalances, the justices, the injustices, and like those things can be like we're talking about, this is heavy emotional stuff, because it's like there are real things happening to real people, and it's really freaking heartbreaking. And also like this is for purpose sometimes, because these people are giving tests and opportunities to say like, here's a situation, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to do the right thing with it, or are you going to let fear guide your decision, or let anger, or let hatred, or let selfishness guide your decisions? So these are being balanced. These injustices are being balanced, and the water is here to help us, support us to feel the emotions that we need to, and release it. And I can feel that in my throat right now. So it's like, yeah, I think there's some things I need to feel emotions for and release. So I'm very much on this journey with you, and sometimes it's hard to find time to like let ourselves grieve and be human and be like, this is freaking heartbreaking and hard, and like, and also like it doesn't mean that because we are seeing the higher truth in things that we don't react and respond. We do. We use our power, we use our voice, we use our agency to change those situations that we feel called to. and we are the ones changing the tide of all these, you know, injustices and things. And so, and also knowing that like it's our responsibility to stay connected with the vision down, you know, the long-term vision of like, how do we help ourselves stay resilient among all the things that are happening. And so yeah, it's a real practice being human here. But I love that the otters are here. There's also like a really happy otter there playing with a rock, a pebble, which I just love about, you know, seeing otters do that. So I love that it's like this water energy is here to help us transmute, and also like it is keeping record along with other energies that are here to help things like justice come into balance. The water is here to remember that, and it's also here to help us get connected with our joy and light flow, you know, magic. Like, look how magical this water is. It's so beautiful. Okay, and then the beauty wood nymph. So yeah, like, again, I've had a lot of this community, which I'm very much getting in this, of like Three of Cups, like, you know, really beautiful. There's lotuses here, which is like, you know, the lotuses come out of the mud and they come up into these beautiful flowers out of the, you know, the murky water. And so it's like, it's so, you know, just seeing how these women are together. They're in their like ethereal nature, they're in their power, they are working with their guides and with their team. Like, you see all the like band of light back here. This is all the different elementals and other, you know, supportive energies, guides, working with these individuals to help them to feel empowered in their experience here, to be able to live and be in the beauty. You know, they're very much in their own presence, you know, soaking it up. So I really like that energy as our like last card of our initial energy supporting, you know, that this is very much like, this is the outcome, this is the beauty that is here for us. When we can do that work of really taking initiative with our energy and reclaiming our power, you know, having healthy boundaries, healthy physical boundaries, you know, cleansing ourselves, and getting connected with the idea of resilience as like a means to help us maintain long-term in really what this is like a long-term fight against you know, energies and people and groups that don't want us to be able to feel free and satisfied and self-love and connected, and, you know, like, that's what we're up against. And it's, yeah, it is, you know, not good, not bad, it just is. It is what it is. And so, I mean, obviously it feels really bad, and from a human perspective, honestly, like, there's a big human part of me that's like, it's freaking terrible. So you don't have to, like, you know, just disown those parts or pretend like they're not there. Like, we all have those parts that feel really exhausted and overwhelmed. But I'm getting the feel for one more, so let's do one more, and then I'm gonna go pick up my little woodland munchkin from her. That's too many, I want just one, from her school, and have a good night. So yeah, take a moment, if you're up to do a little self-reflection, and just think about, where have you been fitting time for yourself into your schedule? And I understand a lot of us don't have that pleasure to have time just available to us, and so it's, you know, how can we start to call in and ask for help of like, I need people to help me get more time for myself. Like, this is very much a process I've recently been familiar with, and I was able to, just through my intention and manifesting, call in a whole community of people, like of multiple dog walkers, dog playing friends for my dog, because it was like so much to have, you know, my daughter and my beloved dog Marlo, who's a rescue dog and needs a lot of love, and it's hard to get him all the attention and exercise and love while I'm also, like, you know, elbow deep in parenting a lot of times. So you know, I asked for help and it came in. I met these people and I got connected, and it's the same thing that happens over and over again. I keep, you know, just being amazed at how when you ask for help, the right people will be guided into your life. So the last energy we got was Pegasus transcending. So I love that. 28, so another 10. So another cycle wrapping up, completion. So let's look up, I'm feeling called to look up the transcending, the Pegasus, and the water spirit. So we're gonna look up Pegasus since I just started talking about it first. So this is our outcome card. Highest outcome, transcending. Grab hold of the mane. Pegasus is leaping into the sky with you on its back. You can feel the wind rush by as this winged horse climbs higher and higher, his muscles rippling beneath you. You are keenly aware of his majesty's strength and power as you are brought closer and closer to the heavens. History is replete with myths and legends of a winged horse, the protector of the soul. Pegasus represents the immortality of your spirit and the journey to the heavens. The appearance of this card is a sign to get ready for a dramatic activation of your spiritual journey. A powerful transformation is at hand. Great things are possible in your life. Prepare yourself to fly high above adversity. Ooh. Pegasus's rise above the earthly realms offers a high celestial perspective. Take time to meditate, and profound insights about your life will be revealed. You are asked to see the situation at hand from a higher perspective. Step away from the drama and emotional manipulation of others. Some stories describe that where his hooves strike the earth, new springs emerge, life begins anew. In Greek mythology, Pegasus activates and befriends the 9 muses who inspire creativity, liberal arts, music, science, poetry, and visual arts. Hence, Pegasus is symbolic of creativity. The message here is to focus on the incredible creativity, vitality, and spiritual awakening within you. The spirit of the Pegasus says, you're on a pilgrimage of the soul. It's time to transcend the weight of earthly burdens. Fly over situations that have been pulling you down. Don't involve yourself with the drama of others. When you remember that you have come from spirit and are eternal, challenging situations will resolve. A profound transformation is at hand. Ooh, that is real. And there's lots of green energy, so I'm getting a lot of, like, I'm feeling Archangel Raphael, heart energy, healing, you know. There's also a lot of blue energy, so I love that. You know, I always work with Michael, and I love that. That's here for you too. And yellow as well, so, you know, some of that solar plexus healing, green, blue, and yeah, she's being lifted to the heights of her truth, not the heaviness of what we are told we are here on earth, in just our human form. We are much bigger than this. Okay, 46. So if you think about it, like, no one else in the world has had your exact experiences and your exact wisdom and your exact lens. Like, you are that unique. You are a unique and beautiful snowflake, and I think it's important to start to honor that. It doesn't mean that we, like, see ourselves as better. Like, we're all important. We all are a different puzzle piece to fit into this really beautiful tapestry. And so, you know, it's with humbleness that we don't, you know, we can hold that like, start to see yourself as that higher individual that has far greater than what maybe you might tell to someone about who you are when you meet them in person. Like, you're so much more than that. You're so complex, you're so multifaceted, and it's okay to, it's actually really important to start to trust in that, to feel into that. So anyways, I love the message with that. and water spirit manifesting dreams. In the sparkly water of the forest stream, otters plunge into the cold waters and resurface to race to the shore and then plunge back into the water. Small ones, big ones, otters of all sizes join in the fray. The brook seems to be laughing with joy with their antics. We got burps going on, so confirmations. Your dreams can come true, truly. However, there are a few steps necessary for this to occur. First, believe that you deserve it. Know that you are worthy. You are. This is what I was saying. Act as if your dreams had already come true. Move your body like someone who desires to have whose desires have been manifested. Most important, you must also take action in the direction of your dreams. This is not the time to sit around and passively wait for things to turn out. Give deeply and fully of who you are, for the more that you give, the more that you will receive. Allow your emotions and feelings to flow. Don't repress or suppress the truth of your soul. As you focus on gratitude for what you already have, more joy and abundance will grow in your life. Water energy traditionally represents your feelings and emotions. As in all things, too much emotion can be depleting, and too little emotion can be draining. When your emotion flows as clearly as a mountain stream, you are at a pivotal time to distinctly state your intentions and dreams, and the forces of the universe will answer and support your dreams coming true. Spirit of Water says water flows in cycles, and right now you are in a cycle of manifesting your dreams. Don't stop the flow by doubting or hesitating. Allow your emotions the freedom to be expressed. Timing is everything, and right now is your time. Okay, well, sending you a lot of love and trusting that this finds you just as you need it, and use your discernment. Take only the messages that resonate, and don't try and make it fit if it doesn't. But also, just want to say I appreciate you for letting me tap into your energy. It's really beautiful, and I love where this is kind of journey and creative expansion has been taking me to do these and share them online. So feel free to share any feedback you have with me and any energies that you liked most out of this. Okay, thanks. Take care. Bye.